What is up, guys? Pittsburgh Weiss Schwarz back again with another set review for you. We are continuing with our Magia Record anime set review today. Moving on to Red, I am joined by Carmen and Andy as usual.
What's up?
Hey, what's up, guys?
As well as our special guests, who you probably know since this is the third video in this series or something, Niko and Wibbs.
Hey, what's up, guys?
I love anime. I love anime.
We do love anime. All right, Andy, tell us about this anime.
Weebs.
All right, you got this anime girl, Hatsune Miku Wanami. Start of your opponent's attack phase. She's one of your characters. It's just a brainstormer that gives 500 power again.
It's a Remy Brainstorm from Bang Dream.
Well, this is on your opponent's attack phase, so it's defensive.
Sure.
I'm sorry, guys. I just can't be hyped for something like this. I always get stuck with the 500 power brainstorm. So.
Unlucky.
It's just like always the first double rare in like one of the colors every time.
Yep.
B for brainstorm.
Yeah, it's B for brainstorm.
It's okay, but like the Uraha in yellow is just better.
Yep.
For the deck,
like,
yeah.
always, like, literally. I think just like in general, always, and then unless you're playing like the Feathers deck, then Feathers have their own brainstorm that you want to play that's better than this.
I don't think we've seen this girl on a card yet, though.
For this set, no, she's only in red, if I remember right. She didn't get very many cards.
Well, she's a double rare. She must be important.
Yeah, look at her.
Look at her. Look at her.
Look how important she is.
All right. Next card, Brian.
All right, we've got this this Kaide, level 3. On play, when placed onto the stage from your hand or via the effect of Kaide's Doppel, you can heal 1. During your turn, when your opponent's character is placed from the stage to the waiting room, or when an opponent's character in battle becomes reversed, you can discard 2 cards. If you do, burn 1 and choose one of your characters gets 1,000 power until the end of the turn.
That's a lot of cards.
During your turn, when your opponent's thing dies
Or
or
becomes
on
reverse.
reverse,
You can ditch your whole hand to burn 1 up to twice.
Yeah, and it heals on
Well,
play.
up to an infinite number of times.
No, it's once per turn.
Oh, fuck. God
Yeah,
damn it! Why is this a double rare?
I think
Yeah, it's a
important.
double rare.
Oh my god, it is you.
It seems rough, yeah.
Gross.
D plus for healer.
Gross.
You have to do it. Also, like, since it's a once per turn thing, if you like say reverse one of their things, you have to do it like you have to either discard the 2 cards to burn them then, or you can't do it ever again.
Okay,
Because then you miss
so
the timing because it's once per turn.
So the idea with this card is that it's actually supposed to synergize with the next double R, which also sucks, spoilers, but like the next double R changes into any card in your waiting room at the start of Encore phase. If I
There's
remember
better
it right.
target. Yeah, you're correct.
Yeah, so like the idea that they were going for with this is that you use that card, which is like a restand combo, and then you change into this card, and then you still get the burns anyways. So like that's the idea they're going for. That's why this card is weird.
Okay.
It's also flavor.
And it's flavor because Reina transforms into Kaide. Ha ha ha! Get it? It's because they're gay. Ha, no.
I was
Damn.
just bringing up the point with the auto effects, like once per turn things. Like you got to do it, then you can't do it like on the next reverse.
Yeah, this is dumb. I'm just gonna leave it at gross.
Yeah, that's really
Sucks.
bad. Why is this a doubler?
I guess pack filler did.
I got a pat out.
Yeah, double rare pack fill. Oh,
No, not all the
suffering.
mythic rares can be good though. You got to have the shit one.
We've already had a couple shit ones.
Oh,
Come
no.
on, man.
You can't kick the Madoka players when they're down. Which is all Bushiro did. Alright. Reina, right? Right?
Reina.
Rena.
Reina. Okay, Climax combo. This ability activates once per turn. On the battle opponent, this becomes reversed. If connect, which is this door, in your climax zone, you may pay 2 and ditch any card. If you do, restand. Generic restander for pay 2, ditch a card on reverse. And at the beginning of your encore step, as long as this is rested, you may put this into the waiting room. And if you do, choose a magic character in your waiting room, put it in the slot this was in. Does not trigger if this is not on stage at the start of your encore.
Yeah, the connect also combos with another card further down the line. It's a 2/2. So you got like the multiple climax combo synergy thing kind of going on here.
There's also a card that you can like pay 3 to summon it to the climax zone, like the Grisaya with the 2 soul. Like there's like a whole package around this card.
I'm very interested to see the whole package.
It's not that good.
Rip.
I think the main problem with this card is there's not too many great cards from Madoka that have like when this comes into play from hand or change effect.
Yeah, so
I think that's like the big downside to this.
So this card's cool when you first look at it because it changes into literally anything you want. You can change it to Devil Homer, a PogChamp. But what's the point? Why?
Yeah,
because you can. Because you can.
Like realistically speaking, if you play this, like the only good targets that you can change into are either version of Ultimate Madoka from Rebellion or the original set, which are heal on play or draw 2, ditch 1 on play.
No. Yeah, it's just a draw 1.
And it comes from waiting room.
Draw 1, gain 2k because they specify through hand or through change.
Oh, okay, because they come through change.
And, yeah, this effect is change keyword, so it procs change effects. So yeah.
It sounds like you can make a little kind of like a toolboxy top end with this red deck, though, right? Like you choose to either summon the shitty double rare from before, where you burn for 1, like if you want to just try to like get that little extra damage to end it, or like if it's going to have to go another turn cycle, you can summon your healer instead. You can kind of like toolbox it.
As long as it kicks off change.
Yeah, is there a healer that heals off change effect?
Yeah, Ultimate Madoka from the original. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But why?
It's interesting.
I'm going to go Brian. I'm going to give it the optimistic C.
The other kind of crappy part is you can't even really synergize it with like if you wanted to run a weird climax spread with like the level 3 Iroha from the set, just because that also doesn't proc off change. It's forming Iroha's Doppel specifically.
Yeah, which is unfortunate.
Just like the lack of synergy is what really hurts the card.
Yeah,
but it has potential if they release further support.
You say it has potential, but change in 2020. XD Lamau.
No more change. Change is canceled.
Dude, wait, they're bringing back. Look at DeCapo. That card's broken.
Oh, the 2/1. Yeah.
English exclusive card captor Sakura.
Yeah, they do have. Damn, standard white side Neo English card capture Sakura. Those cards kick off change.
This card sucks. What's the point?
Next, door.
Ooh, Tsudo now.
This is you or Niko. This is yours. Sorry.
Okay.
All the way around.
Have this,
Circles are hard.
When this is placed from hand to the stage, choose one of your magic characters, and that gets 1500 power for the turn. When it dies, you have 2 or less memory. You can send this to memory.
More things.
That's familiar.
Yeah, I assume this functions as a memory condition for something else.
Yeah, there's a 3/2 Pseudono that negs soul by pulling this out of memory later down, but that card also sucks.
Yeah, it doesn't sound great. I don't.
Well,
I don't
on
like
play
this
isn't
card.
good. It doesn't. The best one of these that we've seen is the one that's draw ditch on play.
The top check filter, you mean?
Yeah, the top check filter. Yeah.
Like there's like almost no reason to play this when you can. Like if you wanted something that does this, the Sauna from Green is just but better.
Neg 1000's better than plus 15.
Yeah.
Power is always better than plus power, even though you lose 500.
I guess it just depends what it combos with. That's plus for me, I guess.
These are Why didn't they
effect
give
is-
these better effects?
Yeah.
Yeah. These should be like key cards if this is like a design point in the set. I think that the
Or
weak
it should
power
at least
of
synergize like at least a little bit more.
I think the weak
Yeah.
power of these cards is what really signals to me that it's an after the fact patch to the set instead of primary design.
It's a fair point.
All right, well we can move on.
The last set that I can vividly remember that had 2 or less memory conditions for everything was Nanoha Reflection. And the cards that send themselves to memory with the 2 or less condition were powerful effects, not mediocre garbage.
Mm.
I don't know.
You can recycle it with this set though. You can like keep doing your mediocre garbage over and over and over again.
I guess.
Well, to give you an example, the problem with this is like you can't quote unquote recycle this specific one until like level 3. So that kind of makes this even worse.
Yeah, the green one and the yellow ones you can pop at level 1. That one can't be.
No, okay, so you can actually technically recycle this. I stand corrected. There's a card further down the line where you can recycle this, but I don't know if the cost isn't worth the reward for a lot of these. I guess would just be the better way to put it.
All right. Well, next card, Ryan. This is you.
Oh, this is me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dude, this is like my favorite character in Magia Record.
I hate you, Wibs.
00 Rie Kugamiya, leader of the Wings of the Magius, also voiced by Rie Kugamiya, the greatest voice actor ever. No one. Oh, okay.
Huh?
I don't know who it is, so I can't.
How do you not know who
I don't
Kugamiya?
Like the character.
Who does that person voice?
Shauna.
Yeah, Rie Kugamiya is like the
Taiga from Toradora.
Taiga.
Lolly Tsundere voice.
Okay, yeah,
She's,
I've seen Taiga. Yeah, okay.
Think of the iconic Lolly Tsundere. That's Rie Kugamiya.
So she's just obnoxious. Got an obnoxious voice, right?
This character in the fandom has been compared to a couple of not so popular leaders from Germany back in the day. We'll go with that.
She's Hitler.
What?
Yeah, this character is Hitler in the story.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
No,
I was
actually,
just trying to avoid that, saying that.
I think the better
We're
comparison
not
is, like,
monetized. That's fine.
this character is like Putin or Stalin, and then Alina's Hitler. I think that's more apt.
She looks so nice.
10, by the way. 10 or 11.
What?
Jesus.
Good
something,
God, guys.
youth. Something.
Oh Jesus.
Okay, sorry. Oh, yeah, wait. This card has text. I forgot. Gold bar trigger. If you trigger gold bar, gives something 2k, and it's a tap self-salvage brainstorm.
Why is the red card a bar filter? Is it just because it's supposed to go in the enemy deck?
So
doesn't
she's
filter.
Like, she's the leader of the
It's not
Wings of
bar
Magius.
filter.
So
Okay.
it's supposed to have synergy with them, and they're on a bar trigger. But the synergy is awful and horrible.
Combos aren't even on reverse.
Gives power.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, I don't like it. Yeah.
It has
It's
synergy.
still a tap self-salvage.
Yeah, it's still a tap
Brainstorm.
self-salvage
like
brainstorm.
yeah, it's a solid.
The foil.
The
is
foil
fucking
does look
hog,
really nice.
and it has synergy with the 3/2 Madoka.
When you just run this in like the old school Madoka, yeah, the old school Madoka decks that are running bars, it salvages any character.
Yeah, you can. It works with that combo specifically, which is like weird because why is the leader of the bad guys working with Madoka? Didn't think this through too much, did you, Bushiroad?
I don't know. Maybe they have plans for another sequel movie to Rebellion. You know, maybe 10
No.
years from now they can release it.
Where
Just
comes
Madoka
up
anime
Ellen
too.
from.
Because this show got a second core that hasn't come out yet.
Dude, we're getting anime news. We're getting Neon Genesis Evangelion, the 4th movie, finally after like 10
Yeah,
years.
maybe we'll get a Weiss set to help
I'll
out
believe it when I
the
see
extra
it.
booster. I'll believe it when I'm sitting in the theater.
Yep.
Until then, I do not believe that Part 4 exists. I think we are good to move on.
This is the top of the order. I think this is the same girl from the other double rare music girl.
Reina.
Uh,
Reina.
Reina. She cannot side attack. Discard a card from your. When you play this from the stage. Okay, yeah. When this dies, you can discard a card, put top 2 cards of your library in the. Oh my god, I fucked this effect up so bad. Okay, when this dies, you mill 2. If there's a climax, you can discard a card, salvage, search a red character. Oh my god, I got everything wrong. This is like that one card. It's like the Mahiru from Revue Starlight. So you mill 2. If you hit the climax, you get a free drop search.
Drop search for red only.
For red only.
It's
and
it sits at 3,000 power.
It is
basically
3K,
an oversize.
So
Never mind. It
makes it playable.
Yeah, it's not horrible.
Better than a
Respect
vanilla.
no free drop search.
It is better.
I misread that. I thought this was level 1 for a second.
Fine.
If this was level 1, I'd quit the game.
It's an oversized. Red sucks in Madoka. It's like absolutely horrendous. If you couldn't tell already, there's like no reason. If red gets better, this card gets better.
Oh, you search up your Apple Bond and then you get your Sayaka.
And you milled your Sayaka in the grave with the effect. It's perfect.
That's broken.
Fucking poggers.
I'm gonna get Sam to sign every single copy of this card for me.
Damn.
Sam SP.
When will Sam come back? Bring back Sam. Applebond God. The Sam Prattley board. Triple Sayaka. Two Kyoko Applebonds in the back row. 2 sold down.
I still want to get that on a playmat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the 5 white zones, but
it's just Sayaka.
Like 3 Sayakas in the front and then 2 Kyokos in the back.
Oh man. Alright. Next card.
Right. We've got this Surano. Level 3. When this card is placed on the stage from your hand, if there are 2 or fewer cards in your memory, you may ditch a card. If you do, choose 1 magic character in your waiting room, send it to your memory, and this gets 3,000 power until the end of the turn. Then, at the start of your opponent's attack step, you can pay 1. If you do, choose as many copies of that level 0 that we were looking at before in your memory as you want, put them into your waiting room, and perform the following action X times. Choose one of your opponent's characters. That character gets -1 soul for the turn. X is the number of copies of the card you put into waiting room.
Targets. Bad for English.
Yeah, it doesn't seem... I mean, even if it didn't target, it's still not good. I don't like it at all.
I feel like you kind of have to commit to the whole package if you're playing it.
You definitely do.
You definitely do, yeah.
Because, like, discard Heal to Memory isn't universally good in this set like other sets because you're still capped. You can't always discard Heal to Memory. You have to be actively paying.
It's not heal.
It's not a healer. It chooses from waiting room. It doesn't. It chooses from waiting room.
2 or fewer cards in memory. Oh, it doesn't even heal?
Nope.
Yeah, it doesn't even heal.
Doesn't do anything.
That's
you know what? I'll say it. This card fucking sucks.
It's horrible. Yeah.
It's really bad for English. This is really fucking bad.
Yeah.
It's worse in English than it is in JP, considerably, because people still play AOT. So like doesn't even work against a deck.
The fact that you have to
against
discard...
AOT, you choose their 1 lane that's not shrouded.
Sure, but I mean, like, why would you play the card?
I guess.
No.
AOT can also make every lane hexproof if they really care.
Yeah, they could.
Oh, I'm getting it now.
Oh my god.
I'm getting it. This is part of that toolbox. This is part of that change toolbox.
No, then you have to run the level 0.
You never play this card. You only change into it off your finisher if you need to live an extra turn.
But then you need to be playing.
Then you have to play all those cards. You have to play all those level 0s.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's like part of the toolbox, dude. You're playing Red Madoka.
I guess.
It's part of that
your deck's already shit, so who cares?
I think it's a... I'll give it a plus for that.
That is something you can do with the card. I just hate it for English.
I don't like it
personally. I can see that line of play, but I hate it. Not a fan.
Probably not worth it.
Alright. Moving on. We got the Doppel. That is Doppel. If 2 or more other magic characters, this gains 2k, so it's a 12k. During the turn, this is placed via the effect of auto ability of Kaede, each one's thoughts to the stage at the start of your climax phase. So only when it changes. Look at the top 4 cards at the top of your library, search for up to 2 magic characters, reveal them. Put them in your hand, choose up to 2 cards from the ones looked at and not put in hand, and put them on the top of the library in any order, and put the rest into the waiting room. At the start of your draw phase, put this in the waiting room. Choose one Kaide, finding out the truth behind the rumors in your waiting room. Put it on the slot. This changes into the double rare level 3. That is a lot of words.
The 1/1 is the same as the Iroha, by the way. So it's
not exactly the same.
It's basically the same. It gets
It's
markers
cap
if you
gets
don't.
1K.
If you don't cancel damage, it gets markers. If you have 3 or more markers, you have to change into it, and then it has tap get something 1K.
Oh,
Mm.
I don't like that.
I don't like that
I don't
you
like.
can't control it, and it
Yeah, I
mills
don't like-
cards.
I don't like the condition that you have to eat damage to get markers to turn into this thing.
I don't like that you can't deny it. I don't like that you have to change, and then
You have to change too.
if you
yeah.
don't mill, like, then the card doesn't do anything. At least
So I
this
kind
one's
of
at 12K.
I actually think this is definitely the more playable version of like the Doppel, mainly just because this sits at 12K permanently. It doesn't like go down to 9/5. This gives you a draw too, and then you stack your deck for like the remaining triggers if you want them. So like you're getting cards back for this too. So overall, I like if you kind of want to run one of these kind of like Doppel into level 3 packages, I think this is probably just the better way to go as opposed to the Iroha one.
It's definitely.
But the
better
Eero
than
is a
the
good
Doppel,
card.
yeah.
And the double rare red one's a bad card. That's the trade-off. The Doppel for this one is better, but the card it changes into is worse.
Well, no, you got to think about it a little bit too, right? Listen, I'm the first one to say like a card is bad. This card is not that great, but at the very least, like when the Doppel, Iroha Doppel changes into Iroha, all you get is like a vanilla heal, unless you're running the climax like explicitly, and then
This
that's
does
mainly
do
just close
something.
out
It
games.
does do
Yeah.
something if it changes early.
Yeah,
Like that's an effect that helps you in the mid game.
Pluses you in walls of lane. which
The
is
trade-off for this is you're playing red, and so you're already really hamstrung.
Yeah, I was gonna feel a lot more self-conscious of Niko when it said something there, because I was gonna say this one seems actually somewhat playable, unlike the other one. This one actually seems like
I don't like the one
not
ones.
complete garbage.
Yeah,
but-
I agree.
It's
yeah.
not this card that I dislike. It's the one.
Yeah, the Doppel itself is fine. It's I don't like the marker condition on the 1/1. The fact you have to eat damage, and I think I agree with Carmen. I don't like the fact that you're forced to change it. Yeah, you are forced to change into the Doppel when you reach the certain number of markers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
but like
the
I said, at the
1/1.
very least, this isn't egregious. Like,
Right,
this
no,
is getting you cards. This
right,
is
the-
why I don't really want to give it such a bad rating. Where if you're playing this
Hey,
package, there is a
you know,
little,
I'll give it a D
little
plus
bit
for
of,
that.
little bit of payoff.
You know, this card actually has a fail case because the 1/1 is mandatory change. So if you change into a small deck, you don't even get the full effect of this card. Ha ha
And
ha
just
ha
don't.
ha. It's
Just
mandatory.
Go ahead.
just shit, dude.
Just cancel, and then you won't have to change.
This
run-
sounds
just
like
run-
one of those famous player skill checks that
Just
you just
run
need to
4
pass.
copies of it. Play 4 copies of everything. Consistency, dude.
So like cards like these are why people thought this set was unplayable garbage when it was
Yeah.
getting spoiled. Like all these piles and piles of garbage is why everyone hated this set when it was getting spoiled.
It took a
Yeah,
while
I
for
can
people to
believe
like
that.
figure out the loop deck, figure out what was strong.
Like the decks they try to shoehorn you into are kind of
Yeah, the shells that are
they're
obvious are
jank
bad.
piles.
Yeah.
It's like something I'd come up with. They're forcing everyone to play it.
Well, hey, this isn't. No, this.
Hey,
is
I
pretty
like the
bad.
set so far. I really like it. I mean, but I could see where other people wouldn't. You know.
Mhm.
All
The
right.
set definitely has. I think they focused a little bit on like the flavor side than like the actual playability side. Because remember, this is in the Japanese release anyway. This is the set that followed up Data Live.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So super feels bad because Data Live was hella pushed.
Yep.
This is not. All right. So who has this one? I believe it's Niko.
Okay. So this is the 1/0 run counter. You can discard the level 3 when you use the backup of this. If so, choose one of your opponent's character whose level is higher than the level of your opponent, put it into the waiting room, and then your opponent can choose up to 1 level 0 lower character in their waiting room and put it in the slot that character was in, and it's a 1k backup. I hate it. You have to discard a specific card for a anti-change that doesn't even get like the full anti-change effect because they can refund a level 0 back. And it's not like those other ones where it's like pay 1, ditch 1, sack 1 or something. This is just, yeah, I just honestly, I hate this type of profile.
They still get the attack. They get an additional stock, so you're not even really money countering them.
Yeah, and then you're forced to play the bad double rare too.
It is online at level 1, but
Level 1. Oh, excuse me. No, I'm sorry. It's late for me. Level 1 anti-change backups were never supposed to be anti-damage profiles. They were supposed to be efficient, cheap forms of anti-change.
Yeah, they're supposed to try to get like kind of like big bodies like with level 3s, and I guess now it'll be like level 2s off the board.
So like, yeah, the idea is that you get a cheap form of anti-change. It's like you can you say level 1, they hit level 2 first, then you can threaten anti-change. But the card, you have to ditch a specific card, and that card fucking sucks. So this card, like proxy, fucking sucks.
Yeah.
I guess if you're trying to run the doppel combo though, like you need to have enough copies of the level 3 change so you don't whiff your change, right? 2 to 3.
it's a way to use ones you have in hand.
It lets you get it into the graveyard reactively on your opponent's turn. So even if you do go into like a refresh or whatever, right? You can like gives you a way to at least dump the card.
In those situations, you would typically clock it though if you had it at the beginning, top of your turn. It's only if you somehow got it later on in your turn.
No. So like when we talked about the last card, right? And
yeah.
Wibbs is saying there's a fail case on it where if you go to refresh and you don't have the level 3 in your waiting room,
no.
I meant the fail case of the check 4. Because
or if you don't have enough cards.
You don't have enough. You hit the change timing on a small deck, or whatever. That's what the fail case I was talking about there, where you lose value on like the point of the card, not missing a change target.
Oh, so you need to have, you mean like you have to have 4 cards in your deck if you want to get the full value off the
the
enter effect. Okay.
Alright, well, we can just move on.
Yeah.
Alright, Ryan.
Baby, it's my favorite character. Tsuruno. Card name, I think that's Moe? Mo? I think it's the burning kanji. Moe te kita, Tsuruno. Okay, whatever. It's a Tsuruno. Pay 1, choose a 0/0 awful card that in your memory and remove it. When this attacks, you can pay the cost. If you do, choose a character in your waiting room and add it to your hand. And when this is reversed, it's a level 0. It's a level 1 bomb.
So pay 1 salvage.
Pay 1 salvage.
If you are playing the level 0. That's
No, I
That'd be
get
worse.
it, dude. I get it. Notice you just kind of like loop it and you have infinite hand, right? So hear me out. On attack, you pay 1. You'd have to wait a little bit, huh? Shoot.
I see what you're going for there. It's like you get it back, you play it, it dies, you play it again, you play this, you get it back. Because the
Kinda
level
like
0 attacks.
Same concept of a twin drive, right? Like if you trigger, you can pay it out. And,
It is an on-attack payout. It's like
quote-unquote twin drive.
Well, this is docked negative, but you plus. So, well,
I think the problem with this is if I just want to play a level 1 reverser, there is a cost 0 bomb that we can get to later that I think is an actual twin drive.
it is, yeah.
And then I would honestly like think at the moment, especially like in the current meta, the Kyoko from Rebellion just might straight up be better because you already have a level 1 bomb from
What does
the
it do?
Rebellion.
Is it
It's like
ditch the CX?
whenever it kills something, I believe it's like you can pump something on your field by 15.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, that is probably better than this as a red bomb. It is definitely better than this.
Because like
actually.
at the very least, that doesn't force you to kind of like run this package if you don't want it.
But if you're running this package, I like this.
Yeah, if you want to run the package, it's okay.
It's the red stuff. Fine.
Yeah, if you're playing the package, it's
fine.
Agreed. Mm-hmm.
I like that it's an on-attack payouts. Like, it's plus. All right, back to the top. Andy, it's you.
Okay, speaking of Kyoko, we got this Kyoko eating as usual. Plays from hand to stage. She gets 1,500, so it comes in as a 6K. During the turn this is played from hand to stage, when you reverse your opponent, you can pay 1 and rest one of your other standing Sayaka or characters. You search your deck for a Sayaka or Kyoko character.
For your OTP deck.
For your OTP deck, you get to...
Do you guys like how many Sayakas we've seen so far? And how many Kyokos?
Yeah, none. old support only.
Yeah, if you're playing an older Madoka deck, this actually seems okay.
Literally for your OTP deck.
Yeah.
On play 6K and then on reverse search, and it's not bad.
Goes in
Well,
your
you can only search for Sayaka or Kyoko, but check this out. You search for your Kyoko, shares an apple, so the next turn you can bond to Sayaka.
Exactly.
Broken! Yo, call up Sam. He's got to come back to Weiss. Call him up.
Even if you're not running a full Kyoko and Sayaka deck, you can there's enough. If you're playing like a Wish deck, Sayaka's Wish, you're gonna have enough Sayakas.
Yeah, this card is for
enough of a toolbox
deck. But like for that specific deck, if you're playing that character deck, I think this is fine.
It's
niche plus, as they say.
I don't think. I actually don't. One sec. Sorry. I actually don't know if it's necessarily for a niche deck only, because you want to run the Sayaka early play for the most part, usually, if you have the room, and then you can play the some decks want to play the Sayaka hand, of course, support. So you actually have enough just enough cards to make this work. And then the payoff is you get a tutor to your Wish Bonder early play.
There's Kyokos too,
because you're not gonna rest your
the 2/1. There's a 2/1 sack counter that's a Kyoko, right? Anti-change sack counter. There's the Kyoko off finisher that we were saying is better than anything we've seen in red so far here.
Sure, it's I think there's actually just enough room to make this card work, but it's still mediocre. But just enough to work.
The big thing for me though also is it's also in red and it's a level 1.
Red sucks. Red
is honestly just not a super good color in Madoka right now. So that's kind of why I'm not super high on it, and why I only kind of said it's for niche.
Isn't there enough red support in the older Madoka sets though? You have the Cube.
So there's just enough red to consider splashing it if you wanted to play doors, gate climaxes. What do you guys call them? Doors or gates?
I call it door, but everybody else calls it gate.
Alright, I'm gonna call it door. I'm gonna call it back. Alright, so if you want to play comeback, oh my god. If you want to play doors, there's just enough red that's worth playing that you can splash in to make that work. But there's quite literally just enough, and you have to gimp your level 0 just a little bit to make it work. So,
I'm still fine giving it the old niche plus. But go ahead, Andy. I'm sorry.
Oh, all I was going to say is I think the more restrictive part of this actually is going to be resting the Sayaka or the Kyoko rather than searching for a Sayaka or Kyoko.
You basically have to play the hand on core support Sayaka, and then you have to be tapping it. That's what I was trying to get at. There's literally just enough cards to make this work and make it a consideration, but you have to kind of jump through hoops to make it work.
Yeah. You can always just rest your Kyoko shares an apple.
Yeah, it definitely does into apple bond if you're running that.
For some reason.
Yeah.
2020 apple bonds. Let's go.
Fun. Hey, don't shit on an apple bond, dude. It's playable. Lets you run Sayakas. Lets you Wish. Follow me on Twitter.
All right. Up next, we have this Kaide. The 1/1. This is the one that changes into the Doppel. When damage taken by you is not canceled, if there are two 2 or fewer markers under this, choose a level 2 or higher character in your waiting room, put it face down under this as a marker. At the start of your main phase, if you're level 2 or higher and there are 3 or more markers under this, put all markers from under this into the waiting room, choose Kaide's Doppel in your waiting room, put it on the slot that this was in, and it can rest itself, give 1,000 power.
Jesus, this card fucking sucks.
Yeah, this is the bad part of the Doppel combo.
I just hate this profile. This is the part of it that kills it for me. It's this. I don't...
So because like it's a 1/1 that literally does nothing except tap itself, give 1k until you can finally do the Doppel thing.
I don't like it.
Maybe it just reads worse than it plays.
Maybe.
Well, the thing is, I think I'd actually like Iroha because at the very least that can give a little bit of power during my opponent's turn.
That's a level X, right?
No, that's just 500 global, I think.
Oh no.
It's I did all of like the 1/1s that are associated with the Doppels, I think, just aren't very good.
Yeah.
Which really kind of like discourage you from running. 5. Yeah, it kind of discourages you, or at least it discourages me from running like the whole train, if you will. Like it at the very least, I think the payoff cards for this are a lot better than the payoff cards for Iroha's Doppel.
The Doppel is better.
If we're taking a look at this card as itself, this is a 1/1 where you can tap itself to give 1k somewhere. Which why?
Yeah, like you only run it if you're playing the combo, obviously.
Yeah.
Garbage. Garbage.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunate. Next. All right, so we got this 2/1.
Mifuyu.
Mifuyu. Okay. Level X 2/1, and then an act ability. You can pitch any of these cards: the Black Feather, the 1/0 combo, or the 2/1. To Azusa for a magic character and give one of your characters on field 1k.
It's pretty okay. If
wait a second. Wait.
Yeah, it's an act.
Not once per turn. You can just do that.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's
you can just go through your whole deck. That's called a free fresh, baby.
Oh, that is an act. Okay, yeah.
No, you have to tap this card. Kono card tap.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, rest this. I missed that at the end. Rest it.
It's not in the text translation, but if you look at the card, the last line of the cost is literally.
There is a rest this. I think we just all missed it.
Fuck!
I can read this.
We wanted it to be good so bad.
Never mind.
This is a bit of an oof.
You don't even need to be able to read Japanese to tell that. You just look at it just has a picture of a sideways card.
This comes online really late too.
Yeah.
If it was a 1/1.
If this was a 1/1, yeah.
Could easily be a 1/1 too. Like there's nothing.
It should be like a 1/1 1k or something.
Yeah. Needing to rest for the effect kills it for sure.
It's still actually like good payoff for playing an army deck.
It has so many cards that hit off it, right? That's the big thing. Like
you're always gonna get to do it like every turn.
Yeah, you will always be able to do this every turn, even if you don't run that many copies of the army card deck. And then it makes like playing a off army card quote unquote finisher better. So it makes Madoka a little bit better because this card can filter army garbage into your finishers. It's like not that bad. It's a good payoff for the budget army deck.
All right. Next, Niko.
All right, so this is the 2/1 Tsuruno. Just got that really kind of like smuggish look. I like that a lot. If there are 5 or more climaxes in your opponent's waiting room, this gets -1 level in hand. Oh, this is the spicy card. All right. Wait a minute. You have to. You can't even do multiples of this. Okay. You put the climax from your climax zone to the waiting room. When the battle opponent of this becomes reversed, you may pay a cost. If so, look at up to 4 cards on the top of your library and search for up to 4 magic characters. Reveal them, add it to your hand, put the rest.
Cheeky. It's cheeky.
Yeah.
It sucks.
The early play condition is not good.
How are you supposed to do that?
Yeah, I like the combo though.
What's this? Is it a stock soul or a 2 soul?
Stock
It's a
soul,
stock
stock soul.
It's a red stock.
This is the same as the Union, except the Union is fieldable at level 1, and this is not.
Yeah, the Union's actually playable because it has a better condition.
Oh.
Yeah, you can't control your opponent's waiting room.
Yeah, and that.
You know the worst part about this? Not only they printed this exact same card again in a newer set. This is in Summer Pockets. Yeah. Like,
you want to know the best part? In Summer Pockets, it's a rare.
Yeah. It went up a rarity.
Wasn't
Good job, Bushiroad.
No, there's a difference with Shiki, isn't there? Like Shiki, what's the difference? Shiki doesn't have to sack the climax, doesn't she?
Does she not?
I know this card isn't actually word for word Shiki, and that's why it's so rare. Like, there's something that made Shiki slightly better than this card.
I know the early. I think the early play condition is the same.
Did the Union have to sack the climax?
The Union does sack.
Yeah.
The Shiki, nope. The Shiki does sack.
It's the same.
It's actually the same card.
I am reading it now. It is the same.
Yep.
Oh,
Thanks, Bushiroad.
XD.
Yep. XD Lamau.
At least it lets you get multiple pluses off of like a super lean combo, right? Like you only really need like one copy of this.
Potentially multiple pluses.
Yeah,
Potentially
potentially.
multiple pluses
You
off
just-
of one lane.
You just have to sack into your opponent having the right number of climaxes in waiting room, which is the absolute worst.
And get a reverse at level 2 with a 7/5 because you're never playing this at level 1.
Mm-hmm.
At least the stock soul. At least the stock soul stays because it's an auto ability, not a constant.
Ooh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
we always bring that up when we talk about these. It is relevant. So it doesn't matter when you do it on your turn. You don't have to time it to sack it last if you want the soul. It is an auto ability. The soul will stick. But yeah, we can move on.
That's a nice meme.
If you want to hear more like theory about this, you can go to our Konosuba Legend of Crimson video. We talk about the Mega Man that's a lot, or not Union that's a lot more playable than this.
Mm-hmm.
Is you, Ryan?
That's me? Oh, okay, sorry. It's a 2/2 Momoko, gains 1k for every other magic character. When this is placed from the waiting room to the stage, you can flip the top card of your deck if it's a magic character. You can stock it, and it's climax combo with the same door as the Reina Restand piece of shit garbage. Pay 2, sack the climax at the end of your turn. If this is in the front row, you can pay the cost if you do deal 2 damage to your opponent.
So you summon it out from the Reina.
Yeah, this is what they want you to change into.
Yeah, potentially. So you can summon this out with the Reina, you get the stock, you still get the burn. If you play like the Mobage Stock Soul pseudo standby combo, you also get the stock from this. If you encore this at all, you also get stock, like it's like with the hand encore support.
Huh. That's interesting.
Only
It
one
does have
soul,
one soul.
She only does have one soul, yeah. That is like a drawback to her. But yeah, like you can quote unquote have theoretical infinite stock with the hand encore support in this card. Or you can convert every card on your hand into stock with this card, as long as you keep hitting the top checks.
Huh. Very spicy. Very interesting.
Spicy, yeah.
It's cool that the stock soul combo hits off this, like unintended synergy from the Mobage set.
It's also nice because it gives your finisher,
Another toolbox option, I guess.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I don't think it's very good, but it's all right.
Give it the C+. It's like interesting enough.
I mean, does the other wait. So like out of all the change targets you have, discard 2. So the one that the Doppel goes into, it's just discard 2 cards, deal 1 damage.
Yep.
You have to sack the climax for this one, so you can't like double this. So you could go into like, if you had multiple copies, you could go into like this and
yeah, you could do both.
The other one. This is weird. This is such a weird card.
Yeah.
It's spiciest with the old combo, I think, when this would come out at level 1. And then like give you stock and then sit on board and be big, even though it only had 1 soul, because at least you didn't pay for it.
Yep.
I guess. Yeah.
Like the coolest part, I guess.
I mean, just like hard playing this would feel super bad, and without standby in the set.
Yeah. Really, whatever.
Just a 1-up for your toolbox, maybe.
Yeah. All right. Moving on. Back to the top.
Oh boy, another card that combos with that climax. On direct attack, choose one of your other characters to get 1500. Basically, Little Aaron. And pay 3, choose a connect in your waiting room, put it on your climax zone.
Cool one of, I guess.
Yeah.
That's before
It's an act.
It's an
So
act.
wait, yeah,
Yeah.
so it doesn't put you into your climax phase. You can do other
No.
stuff.
Yeah,
to
yeah,
do
yeah.
that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
just
you
like
just
Grisai.
put the climax into the climax zone and doesn't skip anything.
Oh, you have too many climaxes in your waiting room for your early play? Pull that sucker out of there. Now you can
Oh
early
my
play.
god.
Five stock early play.
Broken.
Got him.
When you really gotta stay at level 2. You really gotta heal to 2-5.
It's like right on
if you can find me the stock to do all this stuff, then I might bump up the
at
grade.
least the red finisher, right, is
you play
pretty.
in that you play that green deck, dude. You play
The red finisher stock light, right? It pays for itself if you're only doing one copy. I think that's the intention, right? So if you
Play
have
play
5
the Reina that
stock,
gives you a
you
shitload
play
of
the
stock.
Reina. And
Ren
then
is the pay 2 ditch 1 restand.
yeah, but then the other effect is like, okay, so you choose between restand. Maybe you do need a lot of stock.
Can't you
It's
just run
almost like we've tried this.
I think you still probably
bag
just
deck?
run
The
one.
bag deck, dude. Bag gate
Bag.
on
Bag.
attack combo. Get your
Bagel.
stock.
Stop making fun of me for saying it different. God, this is why people think Americans are fucking toxic. Because you guys are toxic.
It was true.
You just gotta speak better.
What?
You guys learn to speak good like us.
I'm not American, sir, so I kind of take offense with that statement.
Can we go to the next card?
Yep. All right, army card.
Yep. This is the Black Feather, level 0, the army card. You can play as many copies of it as you want. It can't side attack. If you have another Black Feather in your back row, this gains, for each of your other magic characters, this gains, or the C gains 1,000 power.
This card sucks.
Yeah, so it sits at 6k max. Yeah. Condition met. It's for a pretty average army card.
Can
Honestly,
maybe
like
give
a
you some
weapon
pretty
profile.
strong opening boards, maybe, but
If you dump your entire hand, yeah.
It's like even for that, it might still be susceptible to bombs and all that.
Yeah.
6k isn't that super impressive. Honestly, for like army, I kind of like much prefer the profiles of like, the 1-for-1 reverses. So like, like the Gurren stuff.
Yeah, the Mugons, yeah.
it doesn't even get a plus. You're only playing this because you have to.
Yeah, I hate it. All
You
right,
also can't side attack, so yeah.
Coco red 4K. Oversize.
Oversize.
It's red. Need to fix for red.
Yep, it's your red fix.
Mm-hmm.
I said this earlier. If you wanted to splash red for doors, you have to kind of gimp your level 0. And by gimp your level 0, I mean you have to cut the Futaba and you play this instead as like a red color fix.
Mm-hmm.
And it definitely plays its job, or does its job as an oversized red card that goes in the level zone and lets you play doors.
Yep.
Seems
That's about it.
Yep, it's an oversize. Not much more to say about that.
All right. Niko, you got this one?
All right, so this is the Momoko. It's a level support. At the start of your climax phase, you choose another level 2 or lower character, and you either give it 1 level or +1 level or nega level. So this is helps with connect, I guess, if you want that option in red. So it's a level support that also can help you connect. I don't like it.
Level gain loss is mandatory. Can't select early place.
You choose another 2 or lower
lower.
character.
You can't even protect your early play with
Yeah,
this.
level 2
also-
or lower.
Yeah.
Don't like it.
You could choose your opponent's character,
You
Right?
can.
You can.
or your character or like a back row card, right?
You
Doesn't have to be
could
center
give
stage.
their.
You could give like a level 1 that might be too big in like a lane where you have like a shitter or something, so you can like safely side. So you have like some fringe case uses there, I think.
You could like pump their level, then anti-change them with a bomb.
Yeah, you bomb them. A la Darkness.
That's a little bit fringe though. Really bit fringe.
Very
We don't
fringe.
really have like super good bomb options. I think we all pretty much covered the only real bomb option you would ever consider playing already in the 2-1 Yui. And I think that's the only real bomb in the set, unless I'm thinking. Is there another bomb in the set, Whips? I think the Yui is like the only one, right?
No, there is. It's a sauna, if I remember right. It's a 2-1 sauna. Yeah, so we kind of skipped over it in the green, but there's a 2-1 sauna that is a clock bomb, and when it's played, it gives something 1k power for the turn.
Either way, I think there's better level sports.
Mm.
Yeah.
Better cards you can fit into the slot.
Big shrug.
Hey, if you really need to hit your connect.
I guess.
Like the problem I think with that though is like your better connects are like level 1 and stuff. So by that point in the game, this card kind of like loses a lot of its value. Maybe if this was a 1-1.
I mean, doesn't it let you
be a
just
little
like
better.
keep going with that like throughout the game? Like you could start leveling your stuff up or down, your connect going.
The problem is like a lot of the times you're going to be wanting to have like a board of early play level 3s, which this can't target.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then there's no real payoff like at level 2. So like I guess like the only real payoff would be like you would have like a board of like, you know, Felician Sauna at level 3, and then of the free fresh we're going to get to here when we get to blue. And then you can pump the free fresh. Wait a minute. At the start of your climax phase, oh, never mind. So this wouldn't even really be, yeah. I don't even think there would be any kind of real payoff for this.
Yeah.
Because you can't do it during your opponent's turn, so you can't even like do like some cheeky JC play.
Absolute garbage.
Yeah, I think you just play the 2k frontal if you're trying to fill your board with early plays.
You can just play like the 2-1 Madoka that gives like 1k revenge trigger or something.
Mm.
Almost anything other than this.
Anything but this, yeah, exactly.
Because even if you're playing red, you might just want to play the Mifuyu if you're playing like the army stuff, just because that has an effect that's kind of relevant.
Mm-hmm. All right,
the meme
we
card.
can move on. Ryan.
Bon Bonsai, the most mediocre Chinese family restaurant in Mitakihara.
5 out of 10.
Memes. I love memes. So this card says your opponent flips cards until they cancel, and then check 4, add 1. No. Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah, you do 50 damage to your opponent, and then you check 4, add 1. So if you're not playing standard, it says your opponent cancels, and then you check 4, add 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I usually like Mill 4 events, but this one's kind of shit.
Level 2 Mill 4 event, yeah.
Yeah, usually cameras are 1-0s. So I get being later and then also saying your opponent will cancel damage is like, what's the why? What's the point of this?
It's interesting design space at least. You know, a cycler that lets you force a cancel.
If your opponent has all 8 of their climaxes in their hand, they die.
That is a correct statement.
Real spice is that this card is really good in standard because not all standard decks play 50 or play climaxes. So you just instantly win certain standard matchups. Broken out of 10.
Yep. It's funny. F+ for funny. Next card.
Yeah, this looks like the last one for red.
Yep.
I don't know what the hell's going on in this picture. She's just like
She's getting the
drinking a bottle
magic
of water.
water. The magic water, yeah.
So yeah, the rumor that they're looking for gives them magic water that makes them super lucky, and then once their luck runs out, they die.
Oh,
So
that,
she's
that
drinking
doesn't sound very
magic
lucky at all. If you don't have a magic character, you can't play this. Okay. Draw 2 cards. Put this in your memory. When this card is put in your memory to the waiting room, discard 4 cards from your hand. At the start of your climax step, if this is in memory and you didn't play a Lucky Owl Water during this turn, put this card in your waiting room. What? What?
For flavor. So,
Wait. So what?
Flavor is that you have to keep drinking the water, or else your luck runs out and you get hit with immediate bad luck.
What So what does this actually do?
That's a +1, and until it becomes a -4.
Yeah. So it's a card that negs you for.
Wouldn't they all trigger though? You would have to discard your whole hand. If you have multiples of these, I'm assuming this is Lucky Owl Water, right?
Yeah. So it's
Water.
flavor. You have to keep playing it to not neg 4. And then
It
they all
does
dump,
let you
which
go
means you neg
over-
16
It does let you go over memory though.
until they all dump and you neg 16.
Until you don't have a hand
Or
anymore.
you're missing the neg 16 part.
Give it an F for flavor.
Yep. This is
I mean, is it actually even that bad though? Because like,
yes. You neg your whole hand.
well, that's assuming like if you play 4 Owl Waters, right?
Yes.
Right.
You can only play these once you hit level 2. So that's saying like once you hit level 2, that's 4 turns. And even if you
You're
count the
Madoka.
last turn, that's 5 turns.
You're Madoka. You want to extend the game. Your
But
only tools extend the game, right?
You're extending it for 5 turns past that because you don't
Yes.
discard until your climax phase of your 5th turn. If you go 4 of these in a row.
Oh yeah, Madoka goes infinite turns after level 2. If things.
But
go
like,
normal.
how long does a game actually last? You hit level 2
until you time out and you win.
I don't care how stally you are. You're not going more than 5 extra turns.
Yeah, you are.
A lot of extra turns.
Oh yeah, you are. In Madoka, you are for sure. You're going all the way till turn 3 of turns in English, and then you're winning in turns every game.
Yep.
That is how Madoka works.
Just because you brainstorm so much.
Oh yeah. You haven't you got to see this shit in action, Andy. It's disgusting. It's fucking nuts. You'd love it actually. It is your kind of shit.
It sounds pretty cool.
This card in a normal deck, right, where you had a win con that you were playing to, maybe I'd be able to see it, but in this set, all I can see is the negative. I think I think the negative's too big.
If you're not running the infinite brainstorm deck, maybe has a little potential, but kind of weird card though. I don't know. I like it. It's cool. Cool card. Cool flavor.
Flavorful.
Cool effect.
Andy and the Lucky Owl Water. Flavor.
The picture on this is really good because you see Felicia's Fang in there, so that's pretty.
Yeah,
cool.
the Fang is good.
We do like the Fang.
F for Fang. All right, I think that's it for Red. See you guys in blue.